I am joined by handball player Nik Nahorniak from Chicago, Illinois. Not really, Des Plaines, right?
Yes.
How much are you a Des Plaines boy versus Chicago? Is there a lot of pride that goes behind that?
You know, it's a very close suburb to Chicago, right by O'Hare, so I could easily get to Chicago very soon. But I grew up playing handball in Des Plaines. I play on South Side at Rainbow Beach, South Shore Drive, and then also LaGrange. So there's a couple outdoor places to play for me too. So I'm equal when it comes to that.
You see a lot of New Yorkers and a lot of people from LA, some people from Chicago, but do you feel like you need to build that up a little bit more as far as getting those New Yorkers and LA people beat?
Right, well, you know, coming from the Midwest, you know, there's not as much handball as, say, like LA, California, or New York, because there's the one wall. They have it in high school. We don't see that in the Midwest, so just coming up from that, trying to play handball at that caliber, these people play all year round, and it seems like in Chicago it's more of like a seasonal sport, and we play more for fun, but when you go to these big tournaments, you have to, you know, up your game more to play against these guys.
So how do you do that? How do you practice at home?
I just practice a lot by myself. I play 2-on-1 matches a lot against the top players, open players in Chicago. A lot of them are old Lake Forest graduates like me. Not old, but older. And so they're good at handball, and they still stick around playing too.
Talk a little bit about that Lake Forest program, because it is a pretty elite. You hear about it a lot in the handball world.
Yes, well, Mike Dow is the coach, and he's been coaching for close to 50 years now. He's been going strong doing football too, and he's just built up a dynasty that can never be probably matched.
So he does football as well. Does he ever make comparisons between sports or find one training for the other to be beneficial?
He does. We do a lot of football exercises in the weight room, at least we did. I'm no longer at Lake Forest College, but I mean, I've learned so much from Coach Dow in terms of the game and just his mentality towards the handball, sport of handball.
No longer at Lake Forest College because now you're in dental school.
Trying to get into dental school right now, and from there become a dentist. Right now I'm working in a pediatric office where I work with little kids, and so I've learned a lot with that too, how to deal with the young ones, and still play handball on the side too. Is always fun.
What do you love about the dental work? And you also, I mean, volunteering and such as taking you to other places as well.
Yeah, I went to Costa Rica and Nicaragua. I dental volunteer trip my senior year in college, and I stayed there for about 2 weeks, and it was through an organization called VITA, and it was, I learned, I don't know, it just uncomparable, because the things, the relationships I made on that trip, the people I saw, and I got to help them out with their dental care. I've never had such a more positive experience in my life, except for handball, of course. Yeah.
Well, it probably seemed like obvious answers of what was the differences between what you saw on that trip versus here as far as dental work.
We take a lot of things we have here for granted. A lot of those people grow up without proper dental care, without proper anything, and they just come by, they flock towards this area where we were at, and we gave them free dental care. Actually, we filled some teeth there too. We cleaned their teeth. I mean, we did a lot of stuff. It was really rewarding.
Did you try to teach any of them handball?
No, this is more solely just dental trip, but I would love to. I'm sure they have courts out there, like one wall style or something, but yeah, I don't know about how handball is out there.
But here, you do actually try to help out kids and get them growing in the sport.
Yeah, actually I help out a lot of times in Des Plaines, the Ladoff YMCA where I grew up playing. And Coach Don Quinlan, he was my handball coach growing up when I first started when I was 12 years old. And from then, throughout the junior nationals indoors, I just felt like I had to give something back to him. So every year I help him out in the summer camps, and sometimes I appear on the weekends for his normal weekly class.
You see that so much in handball, people trying to give back, people trying to grow the sport, get young people involved because they're so passionate about it. Why do you think that is with handball in particular?
You know, it's just like, I'll take it from like how when I first started playing, I wasn't really good. I just like running around the courts, and you know what? And I had a great coach, my dad, and also Coach Don. But I just got bit by the handball snake. You know, it's like it takes that certain amount of, I guess, just like you have to be inclined to play it. And once you get into it, there's no going back, and you can't really say no to it anymore. So you keep on playing it, and just like the youth getting more and more, I could see more Californians and New Yorkers getting in. That's great. We got to get that out in Chicago, you know. it's slowly dying out there, slowly. But
is there anyone in particular, past, present, player-wise, that you would love to play and or beat?
I could say that I've played against a lot of the greats. I guess Nadi Alvarado, senior, Paul Haber back in the day. Those are all older guys that aren't. Well, Paul Haber's not around anymore. He's from Chicago area. You know, I played against Paul Brady. What a great athlete. He's phenomenal in the 4-wall court. I don't know. There's so many people that have been so good, and I'm just trying to build that up, try to win these tournaments, and hopefully become, if not as great as them.
Who have you learned the most from?
That's a good question. I basically had to teach myself a lot growing up. But I see people hit shots at work, and I just feel like I've learned the most from myself, just because me practicing myself, only I'm going to get myself good, and you have to go through yourself and actually work towards what you want to do.
And you're always going to win and you're always going to lose.
Right,
When
that's
you play yourself.
That's handball. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah.
I was going to win that one. So on your off time, trying to get into school, do the whole dental work thing, what else do you do?
Well, once I get into school, I'm going to be handball will probably take a little bit of a back seat, but I still want to keep on playing. I still want to, I think I'm just going to take care of school though first, you know. I haven't really thought about much about doing anything else. Probably just do a lot of the fun things, like still keep in touch with like friends and sports. I still want to do a lot of vacations, see all the people I've met through handball. Because I know once I become a dentist or get into dental school, that'll be it for me for the most part, but yeah.
What else do you do active-wise?
I cross-train, ride bikes, run a lot. I try to do I did the Gladiator Assault Challenge.
Talk about this picture here. Are you trying to train that rock?
You know, funny about that's out of Lake Michigan. We were on an Indiana dune, and I pulled that. Me and my buddy Jimmy pulled that out of the lake, and we set it on the beach, and it looked like a surfboard. So I said, you know what, we're going to take a fun picture of this. And so my dad snapped a picture of that while I was like trying to pretend to surf. And no, I don't surf.
Not at all, but you do like the Gladiator challenges.
Yes, I like all those. There was a 7-mile assault challenge, basically. Went through burning barrels of hay, had to carry logs, barbed wire. They shocked you too. You jumped off of cliffs into a pond that was really ice cold. It was really intense. It was a lot of fun. You
guys are all such great athletes that whenever I watch Ninja Warrior, I swear one of you is going to pop up. You know, it's going to be like handball player.
That would be a good idea, right?
I'm sure.
I think we're just too preoccupied with the sport of handball that we never really branch out and do those things. But that'd be fun.
So it was your dad that got you into it. Does he come and watch you now?
He does. He's actually here at this tournament now, cheering me on. Hopefully I could do it again this year, like last year. But he's been a good mentor and a good coach and a good father to me, and I'm just happy to have him in my life still. Not many people could say that with their family members.
What have you learned the most from him?
Just how to be the best possible person you could be, inside and out, sports and in life. I try to model myself after him too.
What's been your biggest challenge as far as keeping handball in your life?
Actually it really hasn't been much of a challenge. Over the years, I went to school at Lake Forest, so I played handball. And then after school, I basically started going to the tournaments more. I've been qualifiers, but not really, no challenges.
I guess I'm a visual person, so the moment you said it, I just wanted to know what it looked like, the handball snake.
So, yeah, it happens if you become really attached to something, if you're doing something, then I don't know how to really explain it. It's something how you feel like, you know? So say you start playing a sport and you don't really like it, but you just like doing something about it. You go to your first tournament and you get smoked. You know, you can't return a serve. And I said, you know what, Dad? I could have beat that guy. I really could have, but I couldn't return a serve. And I was 12 years old at the time, playing in the 13 and under junior nationals. And I said, you know, I couldn't return a serve. The next year, every day for 3-4 hours a day, we worked on returning serves and shots. And the next year, 13 under, I won the junior nationals. So just it goes to show you, if you really want something very good, you get bit by the handball snake, you pursue it, you want to do it, set your mind to it, then that's you get what you want.
This is a pretty nice snake.
It's a nice snake. It's not a bad snake that has poison in it at all. Just the handball snake, yeah.
Well, thank you, Nick. Good luck this season.
Okay, thank you very much, Kara.